Did you know that the 12 of Rimuru's followers have the strength equal to the true Demon Lord? After Tempest wiped out the Eastern Empire's armored division, Rimuru rewarded insane powers to the 12 of his most trusted allies, transforming them into the legendary 12 Guardian Lords. One of the sexiest, one of the strongest guardians is Benimaru. And this man is so OP, he could easily destroy an entire nation. After Benimaru's forced evolution into Demon Lord, he becomes a Flame Spirit Oni, a type of divine Oni, and earned the title Flare Lord. But his evolution wasn't easy. When Rimuru channeled 100,000 souls into Benimaru through the soul corridor to trigger the evolution, guess what? Nothing happened. The reason? He still needs to fulfill one crucial requirement, and that was having an offspring. Well, somebody's gonna have their V-card revoked because this move is gonna clap all night. Once someone awakened as a true Demon Lord, the concept of lifespan becomes irrelevant, making reproduction unnecessary. However, Benimaru's situation was quite unique. As the leader of the Ogre tribe, which was on the verge of extinction, his evolution couldn't begin unless he had an heir. And to achieve that, bro had to marry not just one, but two waifus. And that is Albis and Mumiji. This dude's gonna get sucked dry, if you know what I mean. By the way, just in case you didn't know, there's actually a difference between a Demon Lord and a true Demon Lord. A Demon Lord is simply a title given to the most powerful monster with significant influence. These beings are stronger, more cunning, or more influential than the most ordinary creatures. A true Demon Lord, on the other hand, is actually a race. To become one, an individual must possess a Demon Lord seed and be acknowledged as a true Demon Lord by the voice of the world. This voice is a part of a system created by the god Veldinava to manage everything in the Tensura world, including skills, evolution, reincarnation, and more. It's similar to Great Sage but simply borrows the voice power. Now, unlike societal Demon Lords, true Demon Lords doesn't necessarily need to be influential, like Ninu, but they are far more powerful. When they evolve into a true Demon Lord through the Harvest Festival, they are often granted an ultimate skill. Each true Demon Lord that awakened during Rimuru's Harvest Festival was also blessed with a unique skill. Benimaru was given the Commander, aka Grand Marshal skill. Wait, Grand Marshal? Bellion? The Grand Marshal skill helped Benimaru manage his energy more efficiently, allowing him to control his power and conserve stamina during battle. Normally, his aggressive fighting style caused him to drain stamina quickly, leaving him vulnerable afterwards. But this skill addresses that weakness, helping him maintain his energy throughout the fight. Not only does the ability help him manage his own energy wisely, but also gives him the power to sense the flow of energy within the military force, allowing him to read the battlefield like a goddamn prophet. On top of that, it boosts his entire team power by around 30%. Wow! With this skill, Benimaru becomes both an SS tier DPS and a solid support. In addition to unique skills, there are also ultimate skills, which represent the next level of evolution for all skills. If you're confused, there's a huge difference between unique skills and ultimate skills. Unique skills are reflected on one's individuality, while ultimate skills emerge when unique skills are pushed beyond their limits. Benimaru's ultimate skill is called Amaterasu, the Lord of Shimmering Flames. What the fuck is this, bro? Yep, it's overpowered and it's named after a legit Japanese god. There's a huge difference between the unique skills and the ultimate skills. The first is a perfect version of Form High, which allows the user to turn their bodies into haze, making them immune to all physical and magical attack as they pass right through them. The second ability involves sunlight and superheated flames. When Benimaru combines magic flame with his swordsmanship, the result attack becomes incredibly powerful. As a divine Oni, his immense elemental power makes him formidable as a natural disaster. He possesses an immortal body that does not age. Typically, a divine Oni can't have an offspring. But Benimaru is a goddamn legend. Damn, I'm straight, but after hearing all this shit, I'm kinda wanna make babies with... Just kidding. And now, the one that I really want is this shorty, Shion. Rimuru's self-proclaimed secretary also received a gigantic boost. Unlike her fellow Oni, Benimaru, who needs an offspring before evolving, Shion immediately transformed into a demon lord, earning the title War Lord Shion. Which is fitting since she's bloodthirsty and Rimuru often had to keep her in check. She evolves from a wicked Oni into a divine fighter. Unlike the divine Oni, divine fighter lack elemental abilities. However, their aura-based physiology gives them an edge against all elements, making them highly adaptable in battle. This unique aura also allows Shion's physical attack to harm spiritual entity, making Divine Fighter seriously threat to spiritual beings. You heard it right. You, the viewers who's fucking jacking off right now, you're dead. On top of that, Shion possesses a body that doesn't age. Now that's my dream girl right there. Just gotta make sure I'll never piss her off, cause I'm a dead Asian. Shion's unique skill after awakening is called Cook, cause she's gonna suck my cock. This woman is so OP, she can make the sewage system into a first-class buffet. But the ability is not like that. The skill lets her achieve specific effects with her attack, allowing her to alter the very essence of the object. For example, she can sever a target's limb in such a way that even the full recovery magic can't restore them. Not even this guy could heal it. Oh yeah! But it doesn't stop there. Shion redefines the target's limbs state as the new normal. Additionally, by harnessing the matter-altering properties of her skill, Shion can also enhance her own stats. Now, Shion's ultimate skill is called Susanoo, Lord of Tyranny. The essence of this ability revolves around the user's power to counter incoming energy. This skill allows Shion to neutralize attack by matching them with her own energy, then absorb and convert the energy to boost her strength. Plus, she can steal an opponent's energy and use it in her attack, gradually overwhelming an enemy. However, there's a drawback. Her energy reserves limited, so she can't just keep getting stronger forever. Next up, a boy, Ranga. Sure, this doggo might look like Rimuru's loyal pet, but he was already super powerful even before Rimuru becomes a demon lord. After the evolution, Ranga becomes a wind spirit wolf, an upper tier divine monster spirit, and earned the title Star Lord. Like Benimaru, Ranga's evolution didn't happen right away, so he stayed in Rimuru's shadows for a while before evolving. He probably stuck around because he didn't want to leave Rimuru's side. If Ranga evolved, he wouldn't be able to stay in Rimuru's shadows as much, but eventually, he realized he needed to evolve to be even more useful to Rimuru. And then, the overpowered doggo leveled up to an even more overpowered doggo, evolving into a divine wolf with a disaster class power, able to unleash pure AoE destruction whenever he attacks. As a divine being, Ranga has an immortal body that never ages. Damn, Rimuru already had it all. Forever busty young girlfriend, and even an immortal pet. Let's just hope Rimuru had an immortal budget, just to keep up with these guys. The unique skill given to Ranga during Ascension is called Lord of Mage Wolves, which grants him an ultra instinct-like ability to sense even the slightest danger. He can also summon other wolves and regenerate them if they're injured or destroyed. And if Shion and Benimaru have an ultimate skill named after a Japanese mythology, Ranga is a straight-up cosmic god from H.P. Lovecraft Haster, Lord of Star Wind. This grants Ranga powerful abilities that mix wind, stars, and cosmic energy. He can even transform into a magic wind with his skill. But I've been wondering, why doesn't he have a humanoid form, since all Rimuru's other subordinates got one after evolving? Well, he does have one when he fused with Gobta, but unlike the others, it's more of a temporary fusion than his own form. Maybe Ranga just preferred to stay in his current form, being Rimuru's comfy pillow. Man, you're gonna love how loyal this guy is. Now we have this guy, Gabiru. Despite being goofy, he is definitely strong. He was given the title Draculord after evolving. The evolution also turned him into a water soul dragon, an elemental variant of a true dragonwit that can perform high levels of water magic. Imagine combining his water powers with Ranga's wind ability. The result would be as devastating as a category 5 typhoon. Scary. And Gabiru didn't just gain power. Bro also changed his grip. His scales took on a striking reddish hue, and an impressive horn grew from his temple, making him look cooler and more majestic than ever before. What's even crazier is that Gabiru gained a unique skill after evolving called Periutsta, Watashi wa Star. And this skill is so broken because it allows him to change his fate once a day. The cool thing about Periutsta is that it can create unpredictable effects for his opponents. Honestly, I'll totally use this against my old boss if I had it. But sadly, I don't have enemies. Gabiru also gained an ultimate skill called Mood Maker, Lord of Psychology. This ability let him change the outcome of a situation in his favor or for his allies, though it's limited to once per day. What sets Mood Maker apart from Periutsta is that it cranks up Gabiru's strength in battle, with his power growing depending on his mood. Plus, unlike Periutsta, Gabiru can trigger Mood Maker whenever he feels like it, making it way more flexible in a fight. Let's not forget about someone who's just as impressive but often flies under the radar. Gelt. This guy had Demon Lord potential right from the start, but he tends to get overlooked since he always in the background. After becoming a true Demon Lord and earning the title Barrier Lord, Gelt evolved into an Earth Soul Divine Boar, a beast known for its incredible power in both attacking and defending. Just like the others, he received a unique skill called Guardian. This skill allows him to create an iron wall, increasing the defense capabilities of others, and even take on damage in their place. As an Earth Soul Divine Boar, his body is incredibly resilient, able to withstand high levels of both elemental and physical damage. Gelt ultimate skill, Lord of Gorment. This skill is associated with abilities that involve consumption, absorption, and enhancement. These powerful abilities enhance his iron wall defense, ultra speed regeneration, and overall protection. But that's not all. Lords of Gorment also includes the corrosion ability, which lets him break down anything he touches. If the target's defense slip, they're pretty much screwed. What's even more dangerous is that this skill can even affect a target's spiritual body. Damn, Guilt be like, yeah boy. Next, Kumara. She might look cute and sweet, but like they say, sly as a fox. She'll trick you before you even know it. During Rimuru's Harvest Festival, Kumara becomes a true Demon Lord, but had to rush back to the labyrinth to avoid going berserk. The transformation made her super aggressive and she'll quickly lost control, becoming a threat to both her enemies and her own allies. Fortunately, she completed her evolution faster than expected, regaining her sense of self and earning the title Chimera Lord. But why is it called Chimera Lord when she's not a mix of multiple creatures? Well, it goes back to her child form. She actually tricked Rimuru by asking him to name her 8 friends that she introduced to him. But being the kind-hearted person he is, Rimuru couldn't refuse the little girl's request, so he named the 8 friends, unaware that they were all part of her. These friends were actually her 8th tail, known as the 8th Legion or Tail Beast, which is why she's considered a chimera. Kumara can switch between her lolly form or her twitch-toad form, and her appearance changed again following her awakening in a Clash of Dragons, where her hair turned gold with 8 of her 9 tails becoming silver, and the last one turning gold. Although no unique skills was mentioned when she became a Demon Lord, likely because she was already an overpowered mythical fox from the start, and all of her 8-tailed beasts have unique skills. Plus, being named 9 times by Rimuru alone puts her on a par with other Demon Lords before her ascension. That said, her ultimate skill, Bahamut Lord of Phantom Beast, granting her domination all over beast-type monsters, allowing her to control or enhance these creatures' abilities, solidifying her status as a master of beasts. Aside from how cool this chick is, she also has a very huge personality. There's no doubt that she's incredibly powerful and truly deserving of being a true demon lord. Alright, I'll stop fanboying now, Jesus Christ, I'll skip to the next one. Here's another surprising character who becomes an overpowered demon lord. Remember this guy? Zegion was originally a build that Rimuru saved. Over time, he keeps evolving inside the labyrinth. And after Rimuru's Harvest Festival, he becomes a divine insect and earned the title Mist Lord. Like Kumara, Zegion didn't get a unique skill, but his ultimate skill called Mephisto, Lord of Fantasy, is insanely powerful. It gives him control over space-time and illusion, making him incredibly flexible and formidable. With it, he can effortlessly perform abilities like space-time connection and instant motion, techniques so advanced that the only top-tier beings like Rimuru and Diablo can use them. As a divine insect with an elemental soul, Zegion can master both water and thunder domination. Moving on to the next chapter, Adalmann. Like many others, Rimuru granted Adalmann 100,000 souls to evolve into a true demon lord, earning him the title of Gehenna Lord. Side note, Gehenna is a Greek word often translated as hell. In the New Testament, it comes from the Hebrew term Gehinnom, meaning Valley of Willing. Initially, Adalmann hesitated to become a demon lord due to his defeat by Krishna, but after his battle with Dinu, he evolved into a death spirit, which is a mid-tier spirit monster. Similar to Kumara and Zegion, Adalmann didn't gain a unique skill after his ascension. However, his ultimate skill, Necronomicon, Book of Magic, paired with Gadra's Grimoire, massively increased all of his previous abilities. This skill let him use Holy Demonic Inversion, a rare power that only he and Rimuru have. It lets him switch between holy and demonic forms, covering both weaknesses. Adalmann can even share his ability with his subordinates, like his Immortal Legion. One of the coolest powers Adalmann gets from the Necronomicon is the Deceased Domination. With it, he can control the dead whenever he brings up corpses back to life or bossing around spirits. He can summon an army of dead. It's kinda like how Sanjin will control his shadow army in solo leveling. Now it's time to talk about insanely powerful beings, the Primordial Demons. And guess what? Rimuru isn't just sticking with one or two, because he got the 4 of these legendary badass on his side. Is this guy basically a god or what? In case you didn't know, Primordial Demons, aka the 7 Pillars, are the oldest and most insanely powerful demons out there. They go way back to the dawn of time when Veldinava, the creator god, brought the 7 angels of origins into existence from the great Holy Spirit of Light. This move created their demonic counterparts, the Primordial Demons. But let's not dive too deep into that, because there's way more epic things to cover. So, going back to Rimuru's demons, Diablo was the first to evolve, being one of Rimuru's closest and the most loyal subordinates. The other 3 were put on pause because there weren't enough souls for their evolution. But don't worry for long, since these 3 were already nearly as strong as Rimuru himself. Plus, evolving just 1 or 2 at a time could have messed with the balance of power, so Rimuru waited for the perfect moment to level up all 3 together. Their awakening happened after Rimuru snuggled 5,000 souls from Guy Crimson, a demon lord and also a primordial demon, with some help from Raphael. This brought them back to their true status as a demon lord, but why restored instead of evolve? Because the primordials were originally born as a devil lord. When they were summoned to the celestial world, they lost a lot of their original power. Only Guy Crimson managed to regain his strength on his own, while others need Rimuru to unlock their full potential. Now that you know their story, let's dive into who these powerful beings really are. Let's start off with Primordial Purple. She was originally called Violet, but Rimuru later renamed her Ultima. Together with her fellow Primordial Demons, Blanc, and John. Ultima got recruited by none other than Diablo to join Rimuru's crew. After her awakening, Ultima earned the title Pain Lord. Honestly, it suits her way too well. She doesn't just take down her enemies, she enjoys torturing them rather than giving them a quick death. She traps their soul and drags out their suffering, taking way too much pleasure into it. Definitely one twisted hobby. With such overwhelming power, you'd probably think that Primordials don't need an extra skill. And yeah, you're right! Their ascension didn't grant them any unique abilities. Well, it would be a little unfair, right? They're already at the god tier level, so instead, let's dive into the ultimate skills they unlock. Ultima's ultimate skill is called Samael, Lord of Deathly Poison. If that doesn't sound terrifying enough, hear your boy out. This power gives her control over lethal toxins that can paralyze or straight up kill her enemies. We're talking poison so nasty, it rips through normal defense, messes up your body and your soul, and can even destroy the toughest armors or barriers. Basically, she got the ultimate wreck everything button. It's one of the deadliest skill out there, making recovery next to impossible. Going up against her? In a fight, you're up against a walking toxic disaster. She's basically the living definition of try not to die. Oh, just a heads up. If Ultima ever offered you a tea, yeah, you may be gonna skip that one. Unless if it's fucking, might as well drink bleach from that point. Next up is Primordial Yellow, also known as John, who Rimuru renamed Carrera. After becoming a demon lord, her subordinates gave her the title Menace Lord. Another seriously intimidating name. No cap. Carrera comes off like a classic high school delinquent, carefree, energetic, and always itching for a fight. She's known to whip out her nuclear magic just for the fun of it. Her awakened ultimate skill, Abaddon, Lord of Destruction, gives her insane destructive power. This ability forces on whipping out everything in sight, both physical and spiritual. With it, Carrera can unleash devastating attack that levels entire areas, reducing her target to absolute nothingness. Additionally, Abaddon can destabilize or completely erase matter and energy, making defense and barriers pretty much useless. The sheer force of this ability can also affect the environment, causing widespread destruction in its wake. In short, Abaddon, Lord of Destruction, is pure chaos and devastation, making Carrera one of the scariest forces to face on the battlefield. Here's another terrifying chick for you. Ever heard of infamous Lakeshore Dyed Scarlet incident? Just from the name, you can probably guess how bloody things got. I won't spoil the details here since we're focusing on 12 Patrons' ascension here. Anyways, the one behind the massacre is none other than the Primordial White, also known as Blanc. After joining Rimuru, she was renamed Testarossa and earned the title Killer Lord after becoming the Demon Lord. Pain, Menace, and now Killer? These demon trio are seriously not the kind of people you'd want to cross. And that's not even the half of it. Just wait until you hear about Testarossa's ultimate skill, Belia, Lord of the Underworld. This insane ability gives her full dominion over the underworld, and even the afterlife itself. With Belia, she can control life and death, summon spirits or undead, and blur the lines between the living and the dead. It's packed with necromantic powers, like reanimating corpses, commanding the dead, and even collecting souls to use for all sorts of terrifying purposes. On top of that, Belia gives its users access to dark, forbidden knowledge, allowing them to manipulate fate, cast curses, and control the flow of soul between realms. It's an insanely versatile and dangerous skill, capable of unleashing terrifying power over both the physical and the spiritual worlds. And now, my absolute favorite, Diablo, the Primordial Black, aka Noir. After evolving into an awakened demon lord, Diablo secured his place as the strongest of Rimuru's top 3 subordinates. And his title? You guessed it, Demon Lord. A demon lord with a title of demon lord? Yeah, it sounds like a little redundant, but you've got to admit it, it's still pretty badass. Diablo's ascension didn't just make him stronger, it gives him perfect control over his immense power. placing him amongst the world's absolute strongest. It wasn't just him who got a boost. His subordinate Venom evolved into a demon peer, while Venom's 100 demon troops become elite demon knights. Talk about leveling up. And if that's not enough for you, there's also Diablo's ultimate skill, Azazel, Lord of Temptation. This terrifying ability lets him manipulate emotion, desires, and even the will of others. Diablo can sway people's action, bending them to his will and amplifying their deepest temptation, driving them to betray their allies or making devastating choices like a mad hypnotist. But that's not all. Azazel lets Diablo mess with people's minds and warp reality so well that his opponent can't tell what's real and what's fake. He can stir up chaos and use his enemy's own desire against them. It's like the ultimate move for mind games, letting Diablo completely break his foes without even lifting a finger. Honestly, with a power like this, Diablo's on a whole other level. All demon lords, including him, are insanely strong, able to go toe-to-toe with even the true dragons. They've got immortal bodies that never age or weaken, thanks to their divine nature. Basically, they're ageless powerhouses with a strength that matched the most badass being in the world. Before we click off, I would like to say thank you. Thank you very much for actually bearing your ears. I think my voice is quite annoying. Thank you for the friends who actually work with this project, the Mutineers. All of their descriptions down below. The one who actually made the thumbnail, the script writing, edits this video, everything. Like, thanks to those people. Thank you as well for actually watching this till the end. And see you to the next upload. Jane.